Have you ever stopped to think about the actual power of the words you use every single day? We're going to dive into this really fascinating idea that our language isn't just for communication. It's a kind of programming that's actively shaping our reality. And for any parents out there who are worried about the world their kids are growing up in and what they're being taught, this is absolutely crucial stuff.
So let me just start with this one big question. What if every single word that comes out of your mouth is literally a spell? Not in some kind of metaphorical, poetic sense, but as a direct command, a piece of code that programs your life. The whole idea we're digging into today is that the very origins of our language show a deep, almost forgotten understanding of this power.
And the first clue? It's been hiding in plain sight this whole time. Think about it. We don't call it wording a word or lettering it. We call it spelling. That is no coincidence. The act of arranging letters is quite literally casting a spell.
And it goes even deeper than that. Let's take the word grammar, the rules, the structure of our language. Well, it's believed to come from the word grimoire, which is a textbook of magic, a book of spells. This suggests that the very rules of our language were once understood as a system for actually shaping reality itself.
Okay, so let's see how this plays out in our world right now. Take a word like mortgage. It comes from two old roots, mort, which means death, and gage, which means pledge. So a mortgage, when you break it down, is a death pledge. That's a pretty powerful and frankly unsettling example of a totally common word that has a very heavy meaning hidden right inside it.
So you might be thinking, if this code is real, why don't we see it? Why isn't this common knowledge? Well, the argument is that this knowledge was actually deliberately hidden from us, and it points to a specific shift in our education system. You see, before 1946, etymology, which is just the study of where words come from, it was a standard part of the school curriculum all over the world. It was basically teaching kids linguistic self-defense. But then, after 1946, it was systematically replaced with just rote memorization and standardized tests. And the result? We lost the ability to decode the programming hidden in our own language.
And here's the real kicker. By taking away the tools to understand where our words come from, this system effectively handed us all a corruptive vocabulary. This makes it so much harder to see the invisible traps, the limitation spells that we agree to every single day. And for parents, this is a huge deal, watching your kids learn this very same curriculum.
Now, I know some of you might be thinking, this all sounds a bit out there, a little abstract, right? But the argument isn't that this is just some ancient magic or a metaphor. It's actually grounded in modern physics and biology. So let's shift gears and look at the actual physical evidence.
Okay, a really striking example of this idea comes from Dr. Masaru Emoto's experiments with water. I'm sure some of you have seen this. He claimed that when water was exposed to positive words like love and gratitude, it would freeze into these perfect, beautiful, symmetrical crystals. But water exposed to negative words like hate or fear, well, it formed these chaotic, ugly, distorted shapes. So why should you care about frozen water? Well, the average human body is about 70% water, every single cell. The idea here is that every word you speak, and we speak about 16,000 of them a day, is either creating beautiful coherence or total chaos inside your own biology. You're literally restructuring the very water that you're made of with every sentence.
And this idea actually lines up with some pretty mind-bending stuff from quantum physics. You've got the famous double-slit experiment, which showed that the very act of observing something changes it at a subatomic level. So in this context, you can think of your words as the observation device. They are the tool you use to focus your consciousness and collapse all the infinite possibilities into the one single reality that you experience.
Okay, so if our words really are that powerful, how in the world do we start using them consciously? This is where we get to shift from just theory to actually putting this into practice. It's about moving from being a passive person who's just receiving programming to being an active creator of your own life.
Just take a look at this table. On the left, you've got these common victim spells that basically declare, we have no power. I can't afford it, I'm so stressed, I have to work. These phrases are literally programming limitation into your reality. But now look at the shift on the right. Instead of I can't, it becomes I'm choosing to invest elsewhere. Instead of I have to, it's I choose to honor my commitments. This isn't just playing with words. It's a fundamental shift that reclaims your power.
This all sounds great, but let's be real. Where do you even start? How do you break years and years of unconscious programming? Well, let's get into a really simple, actionable plan to start reclaiming your linguistic power, both for you and for your family. All right, here we go. A 7-day vocabulary detox. For days 1 and 2, just focus on eliminating 2 words, can't and try. Trying automatically implies failure is an option. Then days 3 and 4, get rid of have to and need to. Those words program a sense of obligation and lack. Days 5 and 6, drop the absolutes like always and never. And on the last day, day 7, focus on getting rid of but, because it basically just cancels out everything you said before it. It's a simple exercise, but it builds incredible awareness.
So, once you've built that awareness of the words you're using, you can start turning it into a real daily habit. These next 2 simple rituals can literally help you program your day for success and start rewiring your subconscious mind for good.
And the timing here is so important. In the morning, before you pick up your phone and let the world's chaos flood your mind, you set your own frequency. You speak a reality decree out loud. And then at night, instead of doom scrolling, you relive 3 small moments from your day that made you feel truly alive and grateful. This starts to reprogram your subconscious to hunt for more of those positive experiences the next day. It's so powerful.
And really, it all comes back to this one simple truth. The 2 words I am are considered the most powerful creative statement in the universe. They aren't just a description of who you are, they are a command. Whatever you put after I am becomes a direct instruction to reality. And the universe? It doesn't judge, it doesn't argue, it just says yes. So the real question we have to ask ourselves is, what reality are you commanding into existence today?